Hey everybody, here's one I think will be a quick video today, but every time I say that we get derailed and go down a rabbit hole, but I'll try my best to keep that from happening. This is a topic and a screenshot that I took out of the Linchpin private Facebook group a while ago. It's been on my desktop just sitting there waiting for me to chat about. I saw it this morning and I thought it was perfectly timed because today's workout for Linchpin is 7 sets of 2 on the deadlift, which I have to wander out into the garage and do in a little bit. And the screenshot that I took, which was probably 6 or 8 months ago, was from a deadlift day. So it's basically somebody who made a smart decision, but I bet in the moment it was a very, even if inside the brain you knew it was the right decision, it still doesn't mean that it was an easy decision. And so I want to share that because hopefully it helps give people some hope, okay? So maybe 7 or 8 months ago there was a 7x1 deadlift day on Linchpin, and we've got a member whose name is Paul S. He lives overseas. Well, I guess that's all relative. From my perspective, in the U.S., it's overseas. From his perspective, the U.S. is overseas. But anyway, he lives over in Europe, and he's a master's athlete. I believe he's in his 40s. Awesome dude, animal lover, always posting photos of working out. He's got his animals there. And he generally works out, every now and then he makes his way into a facility, but he works out in a playground that's unoccupied and like next to his office building. So that has, pull-up bars and things like that. And he'll bring barbells and dumbbells out there and then just work out outside. Dedicated individual. Well, in this one particular 7x1 deadlift day, he says, let's see here. His post said, "Know and listen to your body. I set the alarm to do the program deadlifts this morning, but during the warm-up, which I take very seriously on a daily basis, I already felt my lower back had a nagging feeling, so I knew that a PR would not be made. But I also figured maybe my body will feel better, once I start warming up, pulling on a little bit of weight. But nope, at 150 kilograms, which was where I was planning to start the lifts and then work my way up, my back was simply not there." So for all of us, wonderful Americans, 150 kilograms is what? About 330 pounds-ish, right around there. But that's where he wanted to start. Nope, didn't happen, so he stopped, just did some light movement and did not complete the rest of the deadlift day in any way, shape, or form. And he was like, man, this is just what happens. Got 3 recent PRs, and then suddenly today, I can't even get to what I thought was going to be my starting weight on the deadlift and build from there. Okay, hopefully all of us sitting here as rational human beings hear that story and you're like, of course that's the right thing to do. Why would you be negligent and risk going heavy when your back doesn't feel good? Anybody who says they haven't been there and had that little voice in their head of ego or whatever it happened to be like, come on, it's not that bad. Pull. You can pull a little bit. What's going to happen? Come on, do it. It's very challenging to actually say, you know what? I'm not going to go heavy today. I'm going to just do some light work, which is what Paul said he did. Put the barbell away, just did some light work, tried to loosen up his back, and move on. As far as I'm concerned, I am more proud of him for doing that than if he had posted about a brand new 1 rep max deadlift or whatever it happened to be. I mean, live to train another day. Do whatever movement feels appropriate. You could grab some dumbbells as well, do some light work if that felt good, some single leg deadlifts, or just whatever you want to be. Some glute bridges, many things that don't involve going heavy that actually felt okay in your body. Now here's the deal, and a lot of us know that. Maybe he would have gone for it that day, even though his back was clearly telling him, please don't. Maybe he decides to go for it, right? Which I think a lot of us have probably been there with some movement on some day over the course of our strength and conditioning career. And a lot of us have probably gotten away with it. And I don't know if that's good or bad, because when you get away with it, you learn that, yeah, I can ignore that signal. And the next time it pops up, you might be a bit more likely to ignore that signal. And you might get away with that many times. But here's the deal. Here's what I would encourage you to think about. You only have to not get away with it because something goes wrong once. Doesn't matter if you get away with it 25 times. The one time that you don't get away with it and you strain something in your back, depending upon what happens, that little strain in your back might be your little friend for months and months and negatively affect all kinds of training in the future. And that's so much more detrimental than had you just taken it easy on 1 or 2 days to let your body calm down, than to push it, strain something, and then you messed up 3 months of training. It is just absolutely not worth it in any way, shape, or form. And if everything seems like a really big deal in the moment, because today is today, you're living right now, right? You're not living the future, you're not living the past. It's all about right now. What did Apollo Creed say? There is no tomorrow. So, but if you look at a year of training in its totality, let's say you work out 5 times a week and there's 52 weeks a year. So what would that be? 5 times 50 would be 250 workouts plus another 10. So let's say you do 260 workouts over the course of a calendar year. It's 5 workouts a week. And you felt something weird in your back on one day, so you took it easy for 3 days. So you took it easy for 3 training sessions out of 260 training sessions. Do you really think that is going to have any negative effect in any way, shape, or form on your lifelong fitness journey? I would argue quite the contrary, that actually taking those few easy days is what's going to allow you to keep working out and not miss future training days and be far more fit and capable in the future. But in the moment, it's really hard to do that. Paul did the right thing. Profoundly impressed by him. Now, because he did that, fast forward several months later, and he's got another post that I pulled up and saved, because the deadlift day came up again, and it wasn't a 7x1. What came up several months later was that rep scheme that goes 2, 3, 5, 10, 2, 3, 5, 10. Nasty workout, whether you're squatting or deadlifting or doing whatever. And the goal is to use the same loading across all the sets, but obviously the sticky points are those 2 sets of 10 that are in there. So this workout comes up months later. Paul goes ahead and fires this one up. And what does he do on this particular day? Fast forward months later, 2, 3, 5, 10, 2, 3, 5, 10, warmed up. The previous weight that he had used for this workout was 140 kilograms for the deadlift. That's 308 pounds. And what he actually did on this particular day was a 15 kilogram PR. He wound up doing the workout at 155 kilograms. So that's 341 pounds on the barbell. He was able to do that 2, 3, 5, 10 and 2, 3, 5, 10. If you remember, a lot of numbers going around, if you remember months later, he stopped on a 7x1 day. He couldn't pull 1 rep at 150 kilograms. Couldn't pull 1 rep at 150 because it didn't feel good. Months later, he's doing sets of 10 at 155 kilograms. Right. There's a really good chance he would not have been having that experience had he decided to be a hero months before, strain something, and then he's out of commission. But because he made a smart decision, modified it a little bit, didn't let his mind just run away with him, he was able to stay in the game, keep putting bricks into the fitness wall, and life is fantastic. So, today is also a 7x2 deadlift day at Linchpin. But regardless of whether it's a heavy day, whether it's sprints, and maybe you, during the warm-up, your hamstring gives you a little notification of like, I'm not feeling like sprinting today. I know that you are, but I'm not. I would encourage you to listen to your hamstring and modify it in some way, shape, or form. Whatever it happens to be, keep yourself in the game. Make smart decisions. Live to train another day. Nothing about your fitness is created or destroyed with one workout. Well, maybe it's destroyed if you make a bad decision, but point being, make good decisions, keep yourself in the game, have a longevity mindset. You've only got one spinal column, one pair of knees, hips, shoulders. I would highly encourage you to treat them with some reverence and some respect so that we can all be talking decades later about how we're still training. So That's about this. Let's see. I see BP Fitness saying, watching this after finishing the 7x2 deadlifts. I should have watched it before. A little smiley face. So hopefully all is well. So that's that. Make good decisions, and I'm going to head in there and do some deads here in a bit. We are in February. February is going to be we're continuing our monthly challenge with the Linchpin tests. I can't believe it, but we're already going to be on test number 6. Test number 6, which you can obviously find on the CrossFit Linchpin website, but it's 4 rounds for time, 21 wall ball shots, 18 pull-ups, 15 kettlebell swings, and 12 pull-ups. Couldn't be simpler, right? So I'll put out information about that. There'll be a wildcard version. There'll be a scaled version. There'll be a dumbbell option. And again, 4 rounds for time, 21 wall ball shots, 18 pull-ups, 15 kettlebell swings, 12 handstand push-ups. And one of those options will have a replacement for the handstand push-ups. So I know they just don't treat some people well. And so we'll have a shoulder press option in there to replace the handstand push-ups, and that way everybody can play. There'll of course be a t-shirt. I think it's off-white this month. Should be pretty cool. And there's the mug which we created. Nice big old coffee mug. Yeah. And then it's got some good stuff on the back there. On the back just has some classic Linchpin stuff, right? Remove ego, embrace scaling, eat real food, work your L-sit, respect heavy days, increase your strict pull-ups, do dumbbell thrusters, and sprint. And then, of course, do what's effective, not what's popular. And so that'll be the other piece of swag to get there as well for test 6, which is coming up soon. The 4-day window to submit scores is going to be from a Friday to a Monday, February 17th, which is a Friday, to Monday, February 20th. That's really soon. Registration is going to open in less than a week on February 13th, which is a Monday. So I'll make a standalone video walking through all the different options, explaining everything to everybody. I'll put that on the CrossFit Linchpin YouTube channel, and then of course I'll share it on social media as well, so everybody can do that. So that's about it. Make good decisions, live to train another day, and we'll talk soon.